All right. Yay, Alicia! Where's the light?
How y'all feeling tonight?
Yeah.
As she already introduced, my name is Alicia. You may have seen it on Facebook, Alicia Restores Fight. That I have to use my face, but this is my actual face. Okay. Beautiful. I am the National Treasurer for Justice now. So I just wanted to kind of introduce myself, let y'all see my face, and welcome you all to tonight's meeting. Thank you all for coming out. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring up our national president. So we can Brown. He coming, y'all.
Ain't no sleeping in rows, man.
Ain't no sleeping in rows, man.
We young, we strong, we marching all night long. We young, we strong, we marching all night long. We young, we strong, we marching all night long.
I got you.
What's up, family? A little bit more energy than that, I know. I do want the mic. Hey, everybody, how y'all feeling today? Everybody good? We're having some rough moments. We're having some very rough times. But we're going to talk about that and a whole lot of other stuff. But one thing that I'm glad to see is that at least some of our family is still intact. Can family make some noise? So show them what a family looks like.
This is what a family looks like.
Show them what a family looks like.
This is what a family looks like.
We young, we strong, we marching.
We young, we strong, we marching all night long. We young, we strong, we marching all night long. This is what a family looks like. This is what a family looks like. Shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down. We shut it down. We shut it down.
If I don't get it,
Shut it down.
if I don't get it,
Shut it down.
if I don't get it,
Shut it down.
come on, y'all, one last time. I want to, what is going on?
Okay, that sucks.
No, I don't want to talk loud. I am actually a little tired, so that's why I want to make sure I have the mic so everybody can hear me. Can y'all hear me good? Yeah. Okay, can you put that stuff down for me? That being said, ladies and gentlemen, anybody that was not here at the first meet and greet, you just got here now. If you don't mind standing up and introduce yourself, I would greatly appreciate it.
Hi, my name is Dominique Powell. I'm the follow y'all with
Now, let's have a real conversation. Who's been struggling? Who's been like, man, I don't know. I don't know if I want to keep going. So what got you here today? Feeling like, what's wrong with
Hi everyone, my name is Marcia. I'm here because Dad, I believe in you and your movement. In spite of what's been going on, you still trying to help and do for people, which you have a heart for, and I'm really, really appreciative of you for that. So my point was, it didn't concern me, I ain't getting involved, but I'm here to still follow and try to be a better person, working with you to get some justice for our world.
Yeah.
So I thank you.
Anybody else? I'm actually going to open up the floor. Does anybody else want to speak before I get into my long ranting conversation? Because y'all know I will rant. Anybody else that want to say anything? I would love to hear from you. Go ahead.
I'll just say this. When all of the stuff happened, I was like, it's a family. That's what we do. Some of us argue and fight worse with our own kin than we do with people we don't know. And of course, there were people that were, swaying back and forth. But for me, in my eyes, there's only one agenda. And the agenda is to change lives one family at a time. Whether it's tragedy, whether it's happy times. And so as a family, that's what you do. We can disagree to agree, but in the end, I don't get caught up in titles. I don't care about a title. I don't care about your background. Everybody has a past. Everybody has a history. There are no perfect people here.
Amen.
And even if we try to be perfect, we're not. And at the end of the day, it's about the work. When you look at what the work is to help one, each one teach one, each one reach one. And so when we get caught up in the politics of it, again, titles mean nothing because we have President Trump as our president. Hello? So titles means nothing to me. I was drawn to it because of the work. And the only agenda is to change lives, however we can, wherever we can. We're going to have people that are not going to like you. They're going to have stuff to say. It takes more time to concentrate on negative than it does the positive. If you know your role, if you know your calling, then it doesn't matter what anybody else has to say because you can't stop people from talking. And the vision was given to Jedediah. It wasn't given to me. It wasn't given to you. And it's not my job to explain it, pull it apart, try and examine it, because the vision is his. The only thing we're doing is to be of support to him. And as we go through our daily lives and we look at life and we look at this, that, and the other, just keep in mind one agenda, one family, and one mission.
Anybody else? Well, with that being said, I want to say two things connected to why we're where we are. And then we're going to get into some business. We're going to take care of some business. The first thing that I want to say is that I am almost numb to the drama. And I know it's hard to believe when y'all saw me on there crying last night. But I'm numb to the drama. And what I mean by numb is that even though there are moments where my humanity may have got the best of me, I always go to bed and wake up feeling like we just got to keep it moving, move forward. And one thing that I'm appreciative in this is that I keep hearing people say, this is just too much. And I'm like, it ain't even your name being rubbed in the mud. What you mean it's too much? You ain't even going through half of what I'm going through. I am waking up with the entire country scrutinizing my name. The whole people talking about all this stuff like, oh, I just can't take it. Well, look, now you are getting a in-your-face view of what it has been like for me for years and what it is like for all of our advocates. Because this is not an unusual experience. The difference is now everybody can see. I've been seeing another activist get attacked because of a picture he took. Anybody seen that? Anybody who steps up to try to make a difference, you go through this. And I keep telling people who keep saying, well, we're supposed to be a family. A family is not determined by what you go through. It's determined by how you go through it and how you come out of it. What we got to recognize is that we're not the family that grew up together. We're the family reunion family. We're just meeting each other. We got to get to know each other, and we got to get to know how to function and care and love each other. And then it's a lot of different personalities, a lot of different agendas. People want to be seen. People want to be appreciated. People think you have something that you don't, and they want a piece of it. I understand that. But today, I'm saying this to you all and to the people on live looking and say, be encouraged and don't give up. Because you can leave this situation and go to another, or you can go back to what you were doing before this, which was probably not involved in anything, and we don't win that way. Let's band together. Let's stay focused. Let's get this right. Let's move the drama, and let's change the world, because we are going to change the world. I can't get no noise for that. Y'all ain't excited about that? I'm serious. We're going to change the world. Now, there's a second part. And I'm about to get out my seat for this one. Now I have to speak about how I'm responsible for all of this. And I want to say this as what I hope will be a lesson to those of you all that hear me and that are listening. Then we're going to take care of some business. As I sit back and I reflect about what's going on and the patterns of things, I recognize why we're dealing with what we're dealing with. And by the way, I told this to the other chapter. I'm taking this so serious, and I'm going back in the dress clothes. It's a journey. You see, I still got all my gym shoes in my hat. But it's a journey because I'm taking it serious and I'm believing in us. But I want to say this to people who are spiritual. People who understand that there's something else and something bigger to all of this. Whenever you are in your journey to destiny, and whenever you're going through the processes of life to your promised place, you cannot go into your promised place until you're ready to get there so that you'll know how to handle it when you get there. Does that make sense to anybody? And so I had to sit back and had to ask myself, what did I do? Because anytime there is drama, you got to look at you first before you look at everybody else. And that's why it really, really, really trips me out to be looking at all these people speaking as if they have nothing going on in their life. Like they have never been falsely accused. Like they've never been attacked. Like they ain't never had no beef. What you mean is too much? This is life. But what I had to do was ask God, what is the problem? And what I learned about God is he always starts with you. He never starts with the other people. He always starts with you. And so why he do that is because as it relates to whatever the other people's part is, you have a responsibility if you really want a relationship with whoever your God is. For my God, I got to be able to forgive them because they may not know what they're doing. You understand what I'm saying? I got to love them in spite of them. And then I have to be willing to humble myself enough to acknowledge my wrong so that not people's favor, but so that God's favor can return into my space. And so what I've had to recognize as far as my role in this, and I'm trying to say this as something that I hope is something that you all will take and will grab a hold and hear. The reason why we're going through a lot of this that we're going through, what's up, person? Hello? As I assess this thing, it is because I've still not learned how to stop responding to the attacks. You know what I'm saying? That's my cycle. Look at what you got going in your life and what's going forward in your destiny. And ask yourself, when this cycle keeps coming, what is it that you keep doing that's stopping you from moving forward? For me, it's because I keep responding to the attacks. It's not what they call you. It's about what you respond to. And you respond to what you know. And for me, I got to stop responding because that stuff doesn't matter. The truth will prevail. The truth will come out. And so I'm getting this and I'm fighting with my inner man and I'm fighting with God and I'm fighting with people because sometimes we just want to fight back. But I apologize because as the helm, I understand that because I keep responding, I'm giving traction to something that should have no life in our space, in our dreams, in what we're building. I woke up from that video and people still were joining. People still believe. People still inspired. You all still showed up. And that is what's important. Does that make sense? So I want to say thank you. Did that help anybody? Did that get anybody to thinking? Y'all, we gotta move forward in our own dreams and our own destinies because we got to change the world. And so what happens with God, and I just want to make sure I make this hit home, is that you have to kind of go back through the test until you pass it. So if the test comes, you got to pass the test. There is somebody who can't stand me. True story. Can't stand me. Talk very negatively about me every chance they get. When they saw that video live that I did, when I spoke about the next project, they called me and said thank you. It blew my mind. I said, why are you thanking me? They said, because what I knew was in you, you finally showed that it's there. And if you stay right there, you're going to change the world like you keep saying, no matter how I feel about you. blew my mind. I should say their name, but I ain't gonna start no drama. No, I ain't gonna. Who is that? Who said that? I'm not gonna say their name. But I love every single one of you all who have decided to remain committed to this vision. And I want to make it clear, it's not my vision, it's our vision. And I just have a little favor as it relates to where I stand in this vision. I'm not confused about that, and I always tell people that favor don't make you better. Favor makes you more responsible to make sure that it's overflow that reaches everybody else. That's a part of the vision. Does that make sense as well? Okay. So with that being said, I want y'all to help me out screaming real loud for me. Wait. Y'all, we got a younger version of John finally with us now. Everybody be Luke. Let them see Luke. Let them see Luke. So that's Luke. He got her getting him. That's funny. But John, who has been rocking with us since the beginning, he's had to go take care of his new family. Man just got married, and I already got a baby on the way. Okay, John. So he had to pull back and take care of his family, and I applaud that. So with that being said, can I have everybody help me out? Chicago, I love you. And America, sometimes you be tripping, but we love you too. Cut it off.
Shut it down.